Alright, what is happening everyone? Welcome to part 2 of the Q&A. If you haven't watched part 1, then the link will be in the description, so watch that before you watch this one. This video was meant to be uploaded last week, and I've just been so busy that I never got a chance to get to this video. And last Sunday, when I sat down to record, I tried to rush everything and the video didn't turn out too well. I was around halfway through it, and when I watched it back, it was a little it wasn't up to my standards, so I thought it's best if I delete that and sit down when I have time to record part 2 as I am now, which will be uploaded on Sunday. Currently today is Thursday when I'm recording this, but it will be scheduled to be uploaded on Sunday as I am away this weekend. Another thing to mention is the questions that have been answered in part 1. If I see any similar questions, then it's best for me to leave it out. This way the video won't be too long. I've looked briefly over what most of you guys have asked, and I think this video, well, the questions actually, to answer them, it's going to take slightly longer. So overall the video will probably be just as long as part 1, but I'll try to speak slightly faster so you don't have to sit through a read along commentary. And without further ado, let's get into the first question. Okay, so these two questions ask about the bikes and the motorcycle update in general. Lucas has already covered the points that I would probably mention, which is in his top 5 video. That video has done well enough that Gameloft themselves have watched it and they've taken the feedback into account. I'm sure by this point a hotfix has been released, and I'm not really sure if there's any difference. Let me know if you guys see any difference, but my overall opinion, I don't have any problem with the addition of bikes in the game. What I don't like is two things. One, the glitches that happen when you're driving the bikes. I'm talking about random wrecks, or when you're making a turn and then the bike steers the other way, or just randomly just oversteers. And second thing is in R&D, when you're trying to collect quality checks, because the bike is so small, you literally have to be so precise and touch the quality check in order for it to be picked up. So those are two main things I don't really like about it. Other than that, everything's alright. Next question, tips to improve. Okay, well, practice, and even more practice. I can say it 1,000 times, but it's what it is. You have to practice constantly. I mentioned that in part 1, but I'll mention it again. Try and watch videos, any videos that's uploaded by YouTubers. Try and copy what they do and be confident. And with practice, again, with practice, get that word stuck in your head. With practice, you will eventually improve. Driver 8457 asks, if I had to reset the game but keep one car, what would it be? Well, if I have to keep a car that's max pro, then I choose a Lycan Hypersport, because then I can use it to farm. Although I'd hope that would never happen. I hope the game never resets, but if it does, then the Lycan Hypersport, because then I can farm my credits back and work my way through the game again. Next question, tips for Enduro Double Down. Well, first things first, it is just a game, so I know a lot of you want to win cars that add into the game, but don't let that be your first priority. Your education is more important. Don't waste your time where you could be studying, revising for exams, etc. by playing the game. Make sure you have your priorities set straight. For Enduro Double Down, what you want to do is, well, don't waste your credits. Cars that you need to upgrade, focus on top speed, nitro, drivetrain and tires. Those are your first priority when it comes to upgrading, and don't upgrade excessively, maybe 2 or 3 times for each section. And if any YouTuber uploads a video, or if you see any video about an ultimate AI, what you want to do is watch it so you know what the AI is like, what time you have to beat, and if you think you can beat it. When you go through the challenges, try and double your points without banking before you eventually get to a point where you think you might not be able to beat it. But again, only you can decide that, so that's when you have to bank. This way you won't have to spend a lot of time doing so many challenges, and you will eventually steadily, instead of rushing it, or instead of being in a state where you're panicking, you will steadily reach the end. Game X asks, what type of control is best for Asphalt on Android? Well, it's whatever you're most comfortable with. There's a lot of options. Try every option there is, whichever one you're most comfortable with, then use that, because when you practice with it you'll get used to it. So it's entirely up to you. Next couple of questions. Do I play Asphalt Extreme? No, I don't. And what's the best Android phone in that certain budget? Well, if you remember from my first part of the Q&A, I did say don't buy a phone simply for gaming, and I've explained the rest of it, so go watch it back if you don't remember. And if you want to look for a decent phone, then best thing for you to do is search on Google. Just compare specs of different phones together and you'll eventually reach a conclusion. Next question, tips and tricks for starting an Asphalt YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll probably go into a little bit of depth here. First things first, you gotta have a main reason of why you want to upload. If you want to upload for making money, I know a lot of people have that reason, and when they see that the channel's not growing as fast as they'd like, then that really brings them down. When I first started, my main reason to upload was just for fun. Set your main goal straight first of why you want to upload, and when you do upload, then a trick or a tip I can give you is try and upload the videos of time limited events as soon as you can. A lot of YouTubers do upload, and what you want to do is you want to try and hit the same time of upload as they do, so this way the video will fall in the recommendations of other people. And it happens for myself as well. When I watch videos of time limited events, I see in my recommendations videos from people I've never watched before, and when people start watching your videos, then obviously you will grow. Also, take advantage of the Asphalt communities in Google+. They really help you to grow, because there are people in there that look for content and for people that upload regularly, and this way you'll be able to advertise your channel in the Asphalt community, and stick with it. Don't let things bring you down, and you will get there. RPM Pulsar asks, any plans about what I aspire to be in the future? Well, a career in the field of immunology would be great, because that is my strongest academic subject. It's what I like to do the most, and I would be more than happy than pursuing a career in that involves anything to do with immunology, whether it's a lab or office based, lit based, whichever. Next question, anything special that helps me earn a lot of money? Not really, just regular old boring farming that I do sometimes, or collecting rewards from Mastery. Also, when you have the heat cups, they offer quite a lot of credits, so that's really helpful. And races that for beginners, I would advise DS Servo right at the start. Work your way to the McLaren P1 Season 9, and then you can work your way to either the Light and Hypersport or the McLaren 675, and try and save your Pro Kit boxes, etc., to try and upgrade the cars to Max and Pro, and then you can efficiently farm using the best races that they offer in Mastery. And Luke asks, is it possible to get a minute 10 in Season 9 with the MP431? Well, I have got that car. It's not fully upgraded, but I've never played the Season 9 race, but I'm sure someone in the comment section can help you out with that question. And next question by Moon GD. First of all, thank you so much for following my content since 2015. I really appreciate you sticking with me for that long, and it does mean a lot. My best experience with Asphalt 8 and YouTube. Well, let's start with Asphalt 8. Although I have a lot of stuff that I've recorded over the years, some really great moments that I've been lucky enough to record, some off camera, but because you said Asphalt 8 as a general term, then I would say the best experience I've had is meeting the people I have met in my Team Revolution, the friends I've made in the Asphalt YouTube program, and those others that I've met as my channel has progressed. I say that is my best experience, knowing all of you guys, my fans. That's what keeps me motivated to upload videos. My best YouTube experience, if you mean video wise, then the journey video that I made and my channel trailer, those are personally my favorite videos, and just having all the positive support I get, I can't ask for anything better than that. So I'd say those are my best experiences. Next questions. My April Fool video, I thought it'd do better than it did. I was expecting a lot more people to watch it, but I'll take what I can get. And secondly, your second question, what a car I could keep over 1800 rank, it would be the Acid Mountain Vulcan, because what a car it is. Next question, do I hate Jif peanut butter? I ain't got a clue what Jif peanut butter is. I know what peanut butter is and I really don't like it. I don't know, Jif is a different version of it, but at the end of the day, I don't like peanut butter, that's it. Okay, so moving on, what is the acronym of KTM? I'm guessing you mean the bike, and I haven't got a clue, my friend, but when life gives you problems, then Google gives you answers, so let's ask Google. Okay Google, what does KTM stand for?
According to Wikipedia, in 1953, businessman Ernst Kronreef became a sizable shareholder of the company, which was renamed and registered as Kronreef and Trunken Pultz Matagothin.
And that's your answer. And the next question, which car is good, Felino CB7 or Lamborghini Miura? They're both great cars. If I had to choose one, then I'd choose the Lamborghini over the Felino. Are there any new McLaren cars in the future update? I do not know. I think we've had a lot of McLaren cars, so I'm not sure if there would be any more. But even if they do add some more, then I'm pretty sure we'll gladly accept it. Okay, so although these questions have been answered, I'm gonna answer them again simply because it's Kim and he's a very good friend. So I don't have a job, I am a student, I study biomedical science, and for your voice reveal, I think we'd all be waiting to hear that. I'm glad I give you some confidence, and don't let anything stop you. And if any of you are subscribed to Kim, or if you aren't subscribed to Kim, go to his channel and leave him a comment saying we want a commentary, because I'm sure we'd all be more than happy to hear it. Hafiz Rahman asks, how can I get a lot of money? Well, if you mean in real life, then you gotta get a job, there's no other way. But if you mean in Asphalt, which I'm hoping you do mean in Asphalt, then you gotta get your tractor out, and by that I mean your Lycan or your McLaren, and get on the roads and farm like we all do till it bores you to death. Next question, did I cheat to get this good? Absolutely not. I think we all know that my channel is legit, and it's proof that everything I've achieved is through effort. And if you don't believe me, then my subscribers and long-time fans will happily convince you. Well, this commentary was going really well until I see a question by some random kebab, and I don't even know if I want to answer them because he is so irrelevant, isn't he? I'm just kidding, Ali. Of course I'll answer your questions. Okay, so the first bit was a KSI reference. I'm pretty sure all of you know who KSI is. If you don't, then that is shocking, because he has 17 million subscribers and I don't even have 17,000, so yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'll reach 1 million subscribers by the end of this world, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Who is my idol 8 player? Definitely not you. I'd say it would be Public Enemy and Elite DeLorean. I used to love watching their videos and they really inspired me to be like them. And best Asphalt 8 player that I know at the moment, although I hate to admit it, I would have to say that is Rev ARZ. Do I think I can beat Alex in Rose of the Desert? Well, if I try hard enough, then probably yes, but in every other track, then he'd beat me easily. And for your last question, what can I say apart from
stop it, get some help?
Okay, so I need to pick up the pace with answering these questions, so let's get a move on. Okay, can I do some tutorial series about everything? That wouldn't be possible, but hopefully in the near future, seeing how things go with Asphalt 9 and the future events, I'll do some tutorials or walkthroughs and playthroughs like I did with the Lamborghini Aventador SV's Enduro Double Down. Next question, I wouldn't really want to give you any tips on how to knock people down, because I know a lot of people get annoyed when they get knocked down, but it's just, you know, landing on top of the cars is one way to knock them down. And also at the start, if you have a car that accelerates fast and you accelerate past an opponent and you hit their car, then it's high chances of you knocking them down. But like I said, I wouldn't advise you to do that because people don't really like it. Whoa, that is a lot of questions. That's more like an interview, so let's get to answering these questions. When did I successfully My first pro track, I don't know what you mean by that. Why and when and which situation did I start to play Asphalt 8? Downloaded it when I was in college. I believe when I downloaded it, the LaFerrari was added to the game. And why I downloaded it is because I wanted to try the game out. Am I at college? No, I'm at university. My favourite car from Asphalt 8 has been answered. Favourite track in Asphalt 8, Rose of the Desert. What do I think is the easiest track on Asphalt 8? I'd say Dubai. I think a lot of people find that easy. What do I think is the hardest track in Asphalt 8? I don't like the Area 51 tracks because they're quite difficult to get right. And that, and also Sector 8 is quite difficult to perfect as well. But there are some people that are absolute masters at it. Have I noticed the prices have risen to a few cars? Yes, I have. Do I know how the time limited event system is working? And yeah, how they normally do. An event starts for a certain amount of time and finishes, you claim the rewards, and then the next one starts. Tips on how to reach the top in time limited events and multiplayer. Question has already been answered. Am I VIP? Yes, level 6. Yes, you have to spend real money to be VIP. How much have I invested until then? Well, enough to get to VIP level 6. And how is it that I have so many credits and tokens? Well, credits because of farming, tokens because I save them up. Well, I try to save them up from rewards, try and get high position in a time limited event to get the highest rewards, and then you save up your tokens. Next question, how many number of videos do I receive for top 10 stunts and runs? Well, Anthony does top 10 runs of the week. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already to watch top 10 runs, which are uploaded weekly. Well, he tries to upload weekly. Top 10 stunts, how many videos do we get? Well, it ranges. As we alternate weeks, myself and Anthony will alternate weeks, so sometimes there's around 20 to 30 videos, sometimes even more than that, but obviously it's not easy to select and rank them because some of the stunts are crazy. Sometimes we get a lot of spam email, or sometimes they're just repeats of stunts we've already had, so we try to avoid them. But on average for stunts, I'd say around 25. Next question, favorite SRS challenge. So those of you who don't know, SRS stands for Subscriber Request Saturdays. My favorite ones, I'd have to pick the one with the Weber, Monster Super GT, and the Porsche 911. I think those ones were my favorite to do. Favorite car in Asphalt 8 has been answered. My best race in my perspective, well, I've had some really great races. Those that I have managed to record, I've uploaded them, and sometimes sometimes I've played a race and I haven't been able to record, so I wouldn't really know what to pick. How's my education going? Really good, thank you very much for that. My favorite Asphalt 8 player besides Lucas, well, I have a lot of players that I really like to watch their videos, so it'd be tough to pick a certain favorite. Next question, which version did I start playing Asphalt 8? Well, like I mentioned, when I downloaded it, the LaFerrari was about to be added to the game. How many stars do I have in career? 1777. And my least favorite car, I really don't like the nano cars. I don't like cars with bad nitro duration, and the Bentley Continental GT, I don't like that car as well. I'm pretty sure I'm missing out a lot of cars, but yeah, those are the ones that come to mind. Okay, next question, the most regretful thing I've done in my Asphalt career. Okay, so if you remember the Mazzanti Eventra Cup, I spent over 1,000 tokens on refills. I have no idea why. Now that I look back at it, I feel so stupid for doing that, but yeah, I spent over 1,000 tokens on refills because I was so mad at the people that took advantage of the low graphics. You know what I'm talking about, when you change it to low graphics and you have an advantage in certain maps, and they were just abusing it and getting into the top 20. I believe the top 20 won the car, so I spent that many tokens trying to win it, and luckily I did. I ended 15th when the cup ended, so that's the thing I hate myself for the most in Asphalt 8. Rev Nam asks, have I blocked anyone on Facebook or YouTube? You are a legend for asking this question. I'm so glad someone asked this question because it's something I have to address to all of you. first of all, you have to realize that we, as big YouTubers, or even though we might not be that big, but you know, we have quite a large number of subscribers, so we get a ton of comments, and not just that, messages on Hangouts, on Facebook, etc. So to reply to all of you is impossible. And when you have some people who don't have that decency to understand what we're trying to say, I've had this experience so many times where I've told so many people that, you know, it's not possible for me to reply to your messages straight away, but yet they constantly spam us with messages, you know, the same thing, asking the same thing again and again. When is top 10 stunts going to be uploaded, or why isn't my video in top 10 stunts, or why don't you reply to my comment? And the constant spam, it's so annoying. And yes, it has gone to the point where I have blocked a few people for doing that. Also, another thing I want to mention is that I don't check my Hangouts that regularly, and I know a lot of you have sent me messages, but they go into my spam filter simply because of the amount of messages I get. And when I checked the other day, I saw so many messages from a number of different people that had, well, the messages spanned over a few months, and I've never been able to reply. So to those of you who don't have a bad intention, I'm sorry for not getting to your message, but there are some people that just ruin it for everyone else, and there's a limit to our patience. And at the end of the day, we are human, we're not machines, so it does annoy us. And those of you that do it on purpose, then you seriously gotta sort yourself out, because it's not fair on us. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to get by saying that. Okay, so next question by Manu: favorite thing to do in my downtime apart from Asphalt? Well, play badminton as much as I can, spend as much as time I can with my friends, you know, just have a good time, whatever it is that we do. My favorite TV show? Well, there's quite a few things. I'd say at the moment, the shows that are running, then I'd have to pick The Flash. I love watching The Flash. Also, I'd say the old TV shows were the best. For example, Top Gear. I used to love watching Top Gear. Takeshi's Castle. If any of you haven't watched that, then please check it out, because you will laugh so hard. It is hilarious. Another thing similar to that was Total Wipeout. And one more final thing that comes to mind, I'm not going to say the name of it. What I'll do is I'll play the soundtrack to that TV show, and if any of you recognize it, then comment that down below, and I will I'll reply to your comment if you get it right. So here is the soundtrack. So that was the soundtrack. I can't play too much of it because of copyright reasons, but yeah, if you do recognize that, then you know how amazing that show was. So comment down below if you know what that soundtrack was from. And guys, this is it. This is the last question of the Q&A, and what a better way to end it than having Theorem Films himself ask a few questions. First two questions have been answered, and for your next question, what do I think is better out of R&D, EDD and championships? I choose Enduro Double Down, because you don't have to wait for tires and keys, and it's simple to play through. And what do I prefer better out of multiplayer events and time limited events? Then I would choose time limited events, because they don't require as much effort or time than multiplayer events. So that is it. That is all of your questions answered. If you have made it this far, then comment down below, I made it to the end. Thank you so much for listening to my commentary. If I didn't get to answering your questions, then I'm sorry. Like I said, if it was a repeat, I did leave it out, or if I missed it out by accident, then once again I do apologize for that. Thank you for sticking with me all the way. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I will speak to you guys another time. Take care, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
like